currently, this is how my week is looking just about every single week now.
Rare sight seeing you up at 10 o'clock.
I know, 10 p.m. on a weeknight. I rewarded myself with a drink. I said,
You also got to think like he's trading 10 contracts on a $200,000 account too, with a lot of buffer.
I'm nothing crazy. I just exited the trade, but $290 profit, 120%. Not bad.
so for those of you who don't know and are just getting on board, I've had two companies that I've sold in the past 2 years. One of which was a media company called Varnes Media that I built from zero. And as of 1 week from today, I would have sold it exactly 1 year ago. And I was acquired by this amazing company called Client Focused Media. They're here in Jacksonville, Florida. That's where I'm filming at right now. So next week, I'm going to give kind of the full overall review of why I decided to sell Varnes Media when it was growing, as well as, what my experience has been so far. Kind of going back to being a part of a team. We have sports kicking back up. It is back to football season. That is where I got my start. That is where I really found my love and passion for photography. So this time of year is always it's so much fun. Upcoming in the pipeline, we have a lot of clients that are coming on board left and right. This past weekend, I was able to get away with, my good friend Mars. He has a investing group called Investing Labs. Absolutely amazing group if you want to get invested into it and learn investing. I didn't know anything about it. I joined his group and I've made double my money by basically listening to exactly what he says. Extremely knowledgeable guy. Would highly recommend it. But I went back home with him to wherever he's from, 30A. Absolutely just amazingly beautiful town. It was awesome. One thing that, does stand out though is that I hate to say it, and I don't want to sound above anybody else, but if you're trying to better yourself, your hometown is going to hurt you. I live in currently the hometown that I went to high school with, but I also had to leave for 2 years and kind of reinvent myself when I came back. And to this day, I'm still seen with a lot of people with high school, for people I grew up with.
Stepped it up, down by one. Andy Varnes is not fooled by the end around. Nice tackle.
Of kind of just a completely different Andy than who I am now. Which there's no fault to them. That's who I was then. That's who they spent their time around. Those were my, characteristics and everything. But if you're wanting to be successful in life, no matter what, you're going to have to change yourself. And I made a post last week, and I'm going to show it to you really quickly. And so you, especially being a young individual, telling someone I'm a photographer, usually it doesn't necessarily rub them off the wrong way. But, I always get, these kind of nice, faint smiles like, okay, yeah, he's not going to go anywhere with that. So those people that I'm talking about, those are really close people in my life. So here's what I want to hit on today. So as you're progressing, I want you to hit on two things. For the people that you may feel slighted by, but they love you. They're the family, friends, they grew up around you. They've always wanted the best for you, but the way that they view what you're doing with your life, they feel is potentially in the wrong. They feel like you should be doing something else with your life. Understand that comes from a sense of ignorance, but safety. They generally just want you to be safe. They don't want you to lose everything. And I feel like with those people, that's okay. especially if it's an older generation to where, they, good example, we'll just use college as an example. For a lot of them, college was their way out. So for them, it's so hard for them to comprehend, why would you give up a amazing asset in their eyes to get yourself to the next level? And you can't fault them at all. I think with that, you need to smile and nod and be humble, and don't try to start anything. Like, they don't have any malice by it. It's okay. It's like a really good example to use of like people that are generally caring and looking out for your best interests are going to be like your parents. So where for me, my parents are extremely loving, and I'm extremely grateful for them. It took them a very, very long time for them to have the faith that, okay, I can make it without a college degree. And I fully understood that. Like, I completely see where they come from. They came from a sense of like, I don't want my child to be honestly living like under a bridge somewhere, and at the same time, like, they had sacrificed so much for me to, send me to the school that I went to send me to tutoring, to the SAT preps, to all of that, to all of that stuff, to where they literally sacrificed their time as well as their finances in order to, push me along through my educational career. Now, for the other side of people that I want to hit on, this isn't the most fun topic to talk about. These are people that are most likely they were close to you at one point in life, or they were at least friends, but now they almost are threatened by you pursuing your career and dream. For me, I have so many like supporting people in my life, but like there's definitely a few that have kind of fallen into this category. So someone who doesn't want you necessarily to succeed is someone who is going to honestly talk bad about you behind your back. That's going to be like the easiest side, which I've seen personally, to where I'll be the one to telling it to, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, you're just threatened by this person's success. And sometimes I'll call them out on it, and then sometimes I just nod and just think, okay, I'm just gonna move on, move on in life. So that's the first thing is, someone who in other groups, they are talking down on not necessarily you individually, but what you're trying to pursue. The second thing is the one-uppers, to where anytime that you have something that you've done, they always try to one-up it and compare themselves to you. It just becomes a comparison game at that point. You don't have time for that. It is what it is. Now, the third one to look out for is the one that I honestly see the most. I come from the South, so you still got your Southern hospitality, and the way to say, you is, bless your heart. So, that's where I come from. So I will get a lot of, oh, you're too good for us. And, it's Mr. NFL photographer. They're going to basically be using some sort of maybe small success or something like that to, in a form of a joke, to try to kind of downplay you, or not necessarily make fun of you, but I mean, it kind of turns to you as the brunt of the joke, which again, like, it's not the end of the world. Like, I have like close friends who will do that, and I know it's all in good heart. I think if you're watching this video, there's a difference. I just have to like give my honest opinion. They're not worth your time. Smile, don't like, I wouldn't even confront them. I wouldn't even call them out on anything. You just need to think that, okay, they are generally spending their time to try to pull you down in some sort of way. How sad that is for them that they can't even just focus on their own success. That is how you're going to need to think about it. Don't try to stoop to their level. Just smile, move on, and know that as the success comes, you're just going to get more of those. And again, you have to think of where it comes down to. It is the thought of, okay, we all came from the same cloth, and our level of life is up here, and you are chasing for a higher level of success, a higher level of income. Does that mean that you think that you're too good for us? It comes from them being threatened because they think that you believe that you are too good for them. So that they don't feel inferior, they're going to try to pull you back down to where they're at. And so going back to it, I saw this from a third person point of view with Lars, to where he grew up with all these people. He went to high school with all these people. And, fast forward, 4 years, he's, very successful. And all these people around him are still doing the exact same thing that they were doing when they were 18 years old. So your hometown, it's always going to hold a place in your heart. Jacksonville, like I love being in Jacksonville, but I also understand that it's going to come with some negative sides of, I'm going to be viewed based off of my past and not what I'm currently doing. I'm just really grateful. I'm going on a year into being at CFM. I had to pay my taxes on the previous buyouts. That wasn't too much fun, but yeah, things are looking really, really good. And I want you guys to stay up to date with it. I'm dropping these every single Monday. I really wish I could do 2 per week, but honestly, I am struggling to make sure that I'm dropping 1. So for right now, we are committing to every single Monday. We are dropping these vlogs. Like, a lot of people are asking for like some of the older style YouTube videos, so we may start supplementing those in there. But y'all, I'm trying to like run a business at the same time. This is tough. Like, I don't know if y'all ever tried this, but this is tough. So, but it's such a blessing. I'll be honest, I'm extremely happy right now of kind of where I'm at with everything. I'm refreshed. We're good to go. Things are growing rapidly, and I will see you guys in the next video.